Would you like to take this new year as an opportunity to commit to really showing up for yourself in your personal and professional life?
Do you find yourself confused and bewildered by all the advice out there and feel like you don't know what works or where to start?
Would you like to hear stories from people who've overcome challenges to succeed and find out exactly what worked for them?
And would you like to hear from others who are currently feeling stuck, who volunteered for one of our deep inquiry sessions to help them move along? If so, you're in the right place.
Hello, and a warm welcome to Time to Show Up, a brand new podcast and online community hosted by me, Nathalie Nahai.
And me, Dr. Aaron Balick. Nathalie here is a best-selling author, keynote speaker, and expert in psychology, persuasive tech, and human behavior. She hosts the popular podcast Nathalie Nahai in Conversation and recently launched the Flourishing Future Salon, offering spaces to gather and explore how we might meet today's challenges.
And Aaron is a psychotherapist, consultant, and author of 2 self-help books and the seminal psychoanalytic text, The Psychodynamics of Social Networking. He is a leading voice in the public understanding of psychology and how it can be directly applied to businesses, individuals, and society.
If you'd like to take this new year as an opportunity to thoughtfully and intentionally level up your personal and professional life, we'd like to help you. In our upcoming episodes, we'll be drawing out the best practices from psychology, behavioral science, and loads of other disciplines to give you the resources you need and ones that actually work.
We'll be finding out how we can identify and define our goals, discover if the goals are the ones we actually want to set, and better understand the hidden obstacles that might be getting in our way.
We'll be sharing personal stories from people who've managed to fulfill their personal vision in their work, people who share their vulnerabilities, struggles, and successes with us. From them, we draw out the methods and practices that underlie how they got there.
We also have real-life case studies from our guests, Athene, John, and Antonio, 3 courageous individuals who share their struggles and aspirations with us in the hopes of finding a new path forward. Through our unique deep inquiry sessions, you can listen in as we help them identify their hindrances and give them the guidance and tools to help them move forward.
Whatever industry you're in, we have the resources to help you take the next step. In the first series of Time to Show Up, we've spoken to a variety of people from various backgrounds and professions to hear their backstories about how they got there, including
Dr. Ros Watts, pioneering psychedelic researcher and founder of the ASA program and community.
S.J. Watson, who while working as an audiologist for the NHS, penned his first novel, the bestseller Before I Go to Sleep, which went on to become a blockbuster movie starring Nicole Kidman.
Alison Coward, renowned thought leader and team culture consultant and author of the new book, Workshop Culture, A Guide to Building Teams That Thrive.
Lisa Marciano, a Jungian analyst, host of the iconic podcast This Jungian Life, and author of the recently released book, The Vital Spark.
Hamid Sino, former lead singer of the wildly lauded and deeply socially impactful Lebanese band Mashru Leila. He is now a solo artist performing at the Barbican in London with a new opera at the Met in New York.
Brian Solis, a digital anthropologist and futurist and author of 8 best-selling books exploring how we can humanize disruptive trends and technologies and their impact on businesses.
And finally, Oliver Berkman, a journalist who made his name at The Guardian newspaper with his popular weekly piece, This Column Will Change Your Life, which critically examined books in the self-help and productivity genres. A New York Times bestseller, he has recently published 4,000 Weeks, which has been featured on shows including Tim Ferriss, Megyn Kelly, Peter Attia, and now us.
Through all of these stories, we recognize that simply knowing the theory doesn't mean it will trickle down into making real change in real life. How many self-help books have you read and not been able to act upon? This is why we've created a brand new community with the sole aim of getting you where you want to go.
Join Aaron and I and a committed, motivated group of peers to not only level up your work life, but to create a career that is in deep alignment with your personal values, mission, and goals. Rather than a work-life balance, we believe that work can be a place where we flourish, grow, and positively impact the world.
Though our official launch of this community will be in the spring of 2024, we invite you to join us now for free and be among the first to explore this exciting space together. There you'll get early access to all our content, along with member-only exclusives, including live events, AMAs with Nathalie and I, behind-the-scenes extras, curated resources, and members-only spaces to connect and support each other.
Right now, our community access is completely free. At our official launch in the spring, members who wish to stay and grow with us will get an exclusive opportunity to join us at a one-time only special rate with no strings attached. Find out more at timetoshow.up.org.
And join us next week for our first champion interview with Dr. Roz Watts on our YouTube page or your favorite podcast platform.
Follow us on Twitter at time_to_show_up. It's a bit of a mouthful. Yeah. And Instagram on at TTSU_shorts and our Time to Show Up YouTube page, which we will link to in the show notes.
See you next week.
See you next week.